Hey everyone, and welcome on into the premiere of MLS Idol, Soccer's Hidden Talents, where we are looking to discover the skills of MLS players that go beyond the pitch. I'm your host, Susanna Collins, and I am so thrilled to be joined by my co-host with the most, Mr. Charlie Davies. How you doing, buddy?
I'm super pumped, excited to see all the talent that we're about to see, and I can't wait to see what's in store for us.
Bring it out. We've got some treats in store, I can assure you. So what do we mean by hidden talents? Okay, so that's anything from singing to painting, dancing, cooking, fishing, impressions, playing a musical instrument. As long as it's not soccer, it is fair game, Charlie.
Hey, so players, if you've been hiding your talent from the world, now is the time to let it shine. Go get your phone, get your camera, record it, and send it in.
It's your moment. It's your moment. So each episode, we're going to welcome a guest judge, and we're going to see 4 different contestants who will showcase their mad skills. But there will only be one winner that will emerge each week, and that is up to you guys, the fans.
Fans, it's about you. We can give our expert opinions, but it's your vote that matters. It's just you.
Just you. Yeah, so we will definitely try to persuade you to go in a certain direction, but ultimately, the onus is on y'all. So you can vote on Twitter and on Facebook. In Facebook, you can get into the comments, but use the hashtag MLS Idol and then the last name of your favorite contestant, and the voting ends Sunday night. So get after it, people. We need you. But Charlie, it is now time to bring in our guest judge. And this is a guy that you all know and love, a man of many talents himself, Mr. Rob Stone of Fox Sports. Let's bring him in. What's good,
Thank you.
Rob?
Welcome.
I've discovered a hidden talent here during quarantine. I now have the ability to be an iTech manager, a math tutor, and parcel out Wi-Fi signals to my 4 children while we have 84 Zoom class calls and Zoom work calls going on at the same time. Odds that that door over there is going to open up at some point during the show is very high. Before this, my only other hidden talent was a quasi-professional chili pepper eater, and it was not a good
sorry,
talent.
what?
All right, how many chili peppers?
No. There is only one pepper, the buchalogi, the world's hottest pepper. And it's not. You can't take the whole thing down, Charlie. It's just a little nibble, just a little taste.
How long did it take you to recover from that?
You can't do a big bite?
No, you do not want a big bite. You barely want enough to have the crunch. Even just looking at it sears your eyes. A tiny little bite stays with you for hours. Hours.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
You're a brave man.
No thanks. No.
Brave man, Rob.
It's like going against Dima Kovalenko when he's in a bad mood.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I'll pass.
Yeah, if you want footage of that, you can see it on Rob's Instagram. So check that out. Why don't you? That's a good quarantine activity. But Charlie, tell us about why this is such a cool competition.
The best part of this show is that each week's winner will be helping his local community.
Yeah, it's so great. So every episode, it is about giving back. For every episode winner, MLS Works is going to make a $1,000 donation to the organization chosen by his club. And it's all part of that MLS Unites initiative that we rolled out a few weeks ago. It is all about giving back, and we're going to have a little fun while we're doing it. So, Rob, before we get to our contestants, you have been around this league for a while. You've seen lots of players, coaches. Are there any hidden talents that you've seen that we should know about?
Well, there's the great disappearing act of Dominic Kinnear's hairline. If you go back to when he used to represent the red, white, and blue and play for the Tampa Bay Mutiny, he had the hair dangling down to here. He really did. It's harsh. It's a stunning portrait, and obviously he's gone lean and mean and enlisted with the haircut right now. It's a good move, Dom, and you know it as well. And John Hartz, everybody remembers him as a great midfield maestro for DC United and for the national team. But we worked the 2002 World Cup together, and when our shift was done, we grabbed as many soccer balls as we could. We found an empty field, and we would drag the goals about 20 yards apart, Charlie, and we would just start drop kicking and heaving, a little game of goalie wars. And Hartsey was pretty darn good, man. There's nothing like that feeling of letting loose on a drop kick against your competitor who's sitting there just 20 yards away. It wasn't like me versus Joe Cannon, me versus John Harkes. Things were a little bit fair.
And putting it top bin too. That feels so
sweet.
Good. But let's not forget the underwear model extraordinaire, David Beckham. I mean, he makes tidy whities look cool. That's
Charlie,
a skill.
You don't,
makes
Charlie?
Everything look cool.
I think there was a time where I think I made it look cool, but that time's long gone.
Listen, here for it. Here for all of it. We could also add in Clint Dempsey. Deuce, he was a DJ, and then we had Breck Shea, who was an artiste. So there is a precedent of talented players, and we are now ready to get to our contestants. So should we kick it off? Are we ready for this?
I've been waiting all week for this.
I know. This is so exciting. Our first contestant is Keegan Rosenberry of the Colorado Rapids, and he has already showcased some talents that we've seen. He's very good at hair cutting. He cuts his own hair. He posted a story on IG of him doing that in quarantine. I know he cuts a bunch of the guys' hair on his team, but this talent that he is about to showcase, I think, takes it even farther, and he's going to be performing on behalf of the Food Bank of the Rockies. So, with that said, take it away, Keegan.
Here we are.
What?
Off of the wall.
Oh!
Wow, distance.
What? Unbelievable. Okay, Rob, I need your immediate reaction to this.
Sure. My immediate reaction is I had no idea there were other uses for solo cups. We've used a lot of solo cups the last couple weeks. Didn't know you could do things like that with them. The soccer guys, Charlie, always seem to be good at golf, or there's something about golf that pulls them in. That was never my sport. I was better at throwing the clubs than dropping the plastic practice white balls and things. So this is pretty impressive. I'm saying the bar has been set right now. I'm not sure anybody's going to be able to top it.
Set super high. I am so impressed with two things. Number one, I mean, these trick shots are really, really difficult, but also the production quality. He had to put this whole thing together. He's showcasing a plethora of talents right now. So video editing skills, trick shot skills. This, like you said, Rob, this is going to be tough to beat. Charlie, what do you think?
Fantastic video. I would expect Rory McIlroy or Tiger Woods to make a video like this, not a professional soccer player. And it's not just one amazing shot. There's a ton of really difficult trick shots. I mean, he makes it look so easy. I think that's why.
The key, though, is to find out how many takes it took. Look, I'm still giving him credit for making this, but I want to know, how long did the bank shot really
I want to
occupy
say it's got to be at least a month or two, because you saw the outfit changes as well.
Well, we've had some time. Let's be honest, guys. We all know that.
Yes.
Too well. But in any case, bravo, Keegan Rosenberry.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready for our next contestant?
Yes, please.
Let's bring it on. Okay, so our next contestant, this is a real Renaissance man, according to you, Charlie Davies. Lee Nguyen of Inter Miami is a guy who he's good at a lot of things, right?
He is. He's a perfectionist. When it comes down to it, he picks something up and then he takes the time to master it. Whether it's video games, chess, golf, I've seen him really learn it, and then he's a fast learner, and then he just goes to conquer it. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us here.
All right, so Lee is performing on behalf of Baptist Health Foundation's COVID-19 Relief Fund. Lee, show us what you got.
I start off with getting my beans measured, try to get to a certain weight.
He's not the bean measure type guy, is he?
Also weight, just so I don't waste beans. So, just put in the grinder.
Oh, well, hello.
And then off we go.
Okay.
And into the basket.
This is so fancy.
Aren't there pods for this that you can just drop in?
That's where I'm going.
Even out.
This is so elaborate.
This is an important step to getting the espresso shot to pull evenly.
What is he
What
even
is he
doing?
even doing?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of steps right there.
Look at that
How
machine.
many machines? He's on machine number 2.
Evenly is right here. Take a look at that. There.
Really, it's shined to perfection as well.
That's new. That's a
not
quarantine
bad.
toy.
I think
It
you're
is
right.
shiny, huh? He shined that up nicely, didn't he?
This is another important step. You gotta froth the milk
Oh, it's
perfectly.
The front.
Enough already! Come
I love
on,
a good
Lee!
Keep my hand here.
Does he do this
See how hot
every
it is?
day
It's okay,
before
touch anything like
practice?
that.
This is a process.
I better see gold in that cup. I better see gold in that cup.
Toughest part.
You're not going to,
Is he gonna-
Charlie.
He's got to
That's
sprinkle
it?
something
That's
on
all he
top.
made? Does he do the little fancy pour where it comes up as a
I
design?
know. I
Then
want
I
to see
might
a
be
little
impressed.
hearts.
You have to.
Oh, he did it! He
Oh!
did it! Some coffee art.
Not the finest, but you gotta get the picture.
Yeah, he's proud of it. He's proud of it.
Maybe too
Wow.
proud, Charlie. Maybe too
Okay,
proud.
Rob, I really, really want. I'm curious to hear your reaction to this one.
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on this. Number one, this is nothing that I would do, but I appreciate it. So it's like going to your friend's house who make good cocktails, and you're like, hey, this tastes fantastic. I really appreciate it. I'll have more. But when you come to your house, you're like, yeah, here's a Heineken bottle. Here's a mixer and the thing. Just put them in.
There you
I
go.
don't have time for all of this stuff. But he is down in Miami, and when I lived in Florida, I discovered the Cuban coffee. And when you
yeah.
get it and you get it right, you're like, all right, this is pretty good.
So
This
good.
is pretty good. So I think it's more impressive if I was Lee's neighbor and I could time it properly to knock on the door and be like, Lee, cafe au lait time. Let's go, buddy.
Fair enough. I am an avid coffee drinker. I love it. You referenced the pods. That is my go-to. So this was very, very impressive. Just the amount of detail and technique. I wonder if this is something that he does every single day, or if this is just like a special occasion type of coffee. But he's a wonderful barista, Charlie. I don't know.
I mean, there's patience in there. I mean, I am astonished at how long it took him to make this perfect coffee. We used to go to coffee trips before matches all the time, and I know he loves it. I would happily drink that, but I'm never taking the time to make something. But well done, Lee.
It felt like
Sign
there's
me
a
up.
lot of upfront costs to that, right? And a lot of time. I'm curious,
Did you
Charlie.
see that machine?
Give me your impersonation, Charlie, of Bob Bradley watching Lee Nguyen make him a coffee when they were together at LAFC. You don't want to do that? Meh, not bad.
Not bad. A little more frog.
You got to look at the watch once in a while. Still here, Lee. Let's
Get
go,
on the
Lee.
training. Get on the training pitch.
Let's go, Lee. Coffee time's over.
That's
Let's go, Lee.
perfect. Love it. All right, Lee Nguyen, secret barista. Who knew? We are ready for our next contestant, fellas. So this is a real man of mystery, shall we say. Rolf Feltscher of the LA Galaxy. This is a guy who's born in Switzerland, but he has dual citizenship there and in Venezuela. He speaks 6 different languages, and also is very good at Instagram. If you haven't checked out his Instagram,
What do you mean?
You should.
Why?
You're
What's he
missing
good
out.
at, Susanna?
Just looking pretty. Looking
Okay.
pretty is one of his talents for sure. But Rolf is performing on behalf of the LA Galaxy Foundation and its COVID-19 relief efforts. Rolf, the stage is yours, sir.
This is the song I sing for my daughter. Listen, wait. Elevator, close. Okay. I reach out my hand to you. I'll have faith in all you do. Just call my name, and I'll be there.
I'll be there.
You and I must make a pact. You must bring salvation back. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Rob Stone's got the lighter
I'll
out.
be there.
Rob, what do you think of the silky smooth vocals from Mr. Rolf Feltscher?
Well, number one, Rolf has abs made for radio, as you know, Susanna.
Yes. Yes.
I too have a 12-pack. It's chilling in my refrigerator upstairs. I don't know, man. It's tough to sing, right? I give him bonus points, Charlie, probably because he did it, but he closed the door behind him, so he was in seclusion, not to embarrass himself, not to share it with anybody else out wherever he is. I guess that's where he's living right now. I think anytime you're singing, it's hard to live up to a standard that somebody would want, but I give him huge bonus points for the guts and stepping up. And it wasn't bad, but not everybody can be Whitney.
This is absolutely true. I think I give him a lot of credit for using the falsetto. That takes some real guts to showcase that upper register. But I liked his confidence. He was really selling it, and I liked his ending too. He was just like, "I'm out." But yeah, I mean, vocals. Maybe there's some work to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But Rolf can sing. Rolf can sing, Charlie.
Are we just judging the voice, or are we judging like the looks as well and the muscles?
Are you questioning what my criteria? Are you questioning my judging
criteria?
Saying,
his voice was a little smooth, can be worked on, but again, it's talent that I don't have. It's a nice skill to see, and I'm intrigued. I'd like a little bit more.
But that was his tactic. Always leave him wanting more. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Are acoustics good in an elevator, by the way? I mean, do people typically perform in elevators? I always thought it was like a shower thing, which I think most people would assume that's where Rolf would be singing and showing video of him singing.
Mm-hmm. Or the car.
Am I right? Yeah.
Listen, I hope Rolf is watching and that he takes your advice, Rob Stone. That'd be fine.
I got no advice for you, Rolf.
We've got more of these shows to do.
Have a carb, Rolf. There's my advice.
It's impressive though. It's not his first language too. You have to throw that in. That's a real skill.
When you've got 6 languages, what
Charlie.
is your first language?
Good point.
Swiss,
Good point.
I'd say Swiss German.
Swimmin'?
Either way.
Yeah.
All right. Well done, Rolf Feltscher. Our final contestant of the day. So in addition to his stellar play with NYCFC, Ronald Matarrita is also a man of style. Don't know if you knew this. He has his own lifestyle brand called the 22 Life, and he showcases his keen sense of fashion. But that is not all that he has up his sleeve. And today, Ronald is performing on behalf of City in the Community, or CITCNY, and their COVID-19 relief programs. So with that, Ronald, take it away.
Oh, wow. How long does this take?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's good.
Oh, Joker. Yeah. He's got out the ruler too. I mean, that's how you know it's serious.
Has there been a wardrobe change yet? Oh, did we go to that?
No. That was
Wow. Oh my God. I'm impressed. Rob, what do you think?
That's pretty good, particularly because I'm horrible at arts and crafts and anything associated with it. So I mean, I cannot draw it. Like a stick figure comes out horribly from me. So I've got a high level of appreciation and patience for that, and it's clear that he cares about his craft, which is another thing that stands out with me. And I'm guessing that's probably something that's difficult to draw. I didn't even know you would take out or utilize a ruler for something like that. So already he's impressed me.
No, that is, it's remarkable because he's looking at that picture and drawing it. There's no tracing involved, which is my trick. That's how I roll when I'm attempting to draw, because I too have zero artistic talent in that sense.
It's like
but
those chalk drawers.
Yes!
Have you seen those where you
Yeah.
think like you're walking into a pool and you're like, how did you do this with chalk? How did you
Right?
learn this? And how do you really have this much free time to consider this a profession?
Some serious skill, and the attention to detail is absolutely spot on. What do you think, Charlie?
That's real talent. One, I want to know how long it actually took to complete,
Yeah.
and two, where can I buy it? Because that was awesome. I love Batman and Joker. I'd be all about it. My boys would love that. So let me know how much it costs, Ronald. I'll Venmo you. All right.
Yeah, seriously, bravo. Okay, guys, we said it at the top of the show. Ultimately, the winner is going to be decided by the fans, but we also, the judges, get to have our say. So I want you to get your markers, pens, Sharpies, whatever you have ready, and write down the hashtag MLS Idol and the last name of the guy you think should be our winner today. And then we will reveal them.
Done.
Done.
Done. Okay. I'm going to count to 3, and then we are all going to reveal our choices. You ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Oh! It's unanimous! It is
3 for 3.
unanimous.
Yeah.
Keegan Rosenberry gets our vote.
I don't think it's a shock.
I don't think it's a shock. I think for me, it was not only the skill, but just all the effort that went involved into putting that video. But some of those trick shots were just incredible. Rob, why did you go with Keegan?
Well, I tell you what, it's always tough to be the leader at the get-go and then continue it throughout the competition. And I kept comparing him to everybody else, and I was like, that was good. The singing was good, Rolf, but this was better. And again, I think I'm a sucker for athletic type feats. So to see them do that with eye and hand coordination, the stick, the ball, getting creative, like a game of horse around the house, but with golf, that was one of the many reasons he wins it for me.
Yeah, what about you, Charlie?
All the videos were great. But Keegan Rosenberry, you talk about the amount of shots from different angles, the chips. I mean, the music. It was just well put together. The whole video, the whole package, the total package. I got to give it to Keegan because of that.
He crushed it. He absolutely crushed it, as did all of our contestants today. So thank you to Keegan and Lee and Rolf and Ronald for these tremendous entries. But we've had our say, but ultimately it is up to you guys, the fans, and voting is now open for this group of nominees. So go on Twitter, get in the Facebook comments, and just post hashtag MLS Idol and the last name of your favorite performance. Voting closes on Sunday night, so get busy, get active, make your voices heard, people. Vote for your favorite guy. I'm going to be getting on Twitter myself and trying to make a little push. I want to see if I can influence some folks. What about you guys?
I mean, just get out there and vote. These guys put themselves out there. They showed their talent, their skill. They need you to vote them to help their communities. This is for a good cause. I mean, kudos to these guys for really showing some crazy creative skills.
100%.
By the way, of the 4, I would have put Lee in last place, but I would have put Lee in first place as far as events and skills that I would like to participate in him with, if that makes
Well
sense. I'm not
said,
sure
Rob
what to say.
Stone.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
And it's a vanilla latte, please. Vanilla latte.
I
next
love
time.
it. Ooh, likes his vanilla. Good to know. All right, well, next week we are going to do this all over again with 4 brand new contestants, and you will also find out who our week 1 winner is. So that will be revealed on next week's show. But guys, we did it. Premiere episode in the books. This was so much fun. This is the kind of quarantine activity that I am here for. Rob Stone, you were tremendous as a judge. Thank you so much for your insight. It was wonderful.
Sure, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. I just hope you guys hit record.
Players, the bar has been set. So get out there, film your talent, and send it in, because this was a great first show, but I know there's a lot more coming. I know you guys have a lot to offer, so please send them in. Let's go.
Do it, Dominic Kinnear. We're talking to you, Dominic Kinnear.
Dom Kinnear, get busy. Guys, thank you so very much for watching, and hey, we'll see you next week.
Big thank you to MLS Works. Thank you for your support.